Welcome to an update on the progress of Dunans Castle Woodland. This flyby video will show you what's been happening over the last few months and where we've got to, which is to say we have completed the harvest, which I think you can probably just about see, well, certainly there. I've been really surprised at how much of the timber is left. All of these areas of brown earth are where we've been felling, and then you'll see tracks across the ground where we have brought the material out. So across the top there is a coop that we felled, and then down to the right there is another coop that we felled. And actually that one we're just seeing now was where I filmed an update in December showing half of that coop felled. And then again, there you see the wind farm in the distance. So here you can see two of the major tracks. You can also see some old and dying Scots pine, which were old and dying before the harvest, obviously. And here we are a bit closer in to see the track again, where you can see the water. So the ground has been rucked up quite considerably by operations. Most of that has been constrained into the places where we had the commercial timber. And as much as possible, the forestry guys have left the deciduous native trees as well as the big exotics. There in the foreground we can see a Scots pine, for example, but that's native. That must be over 150 years old. And then in the distance there you can see a small stand of Sitka, which is has been left because they are just too small to take. And then to the bottom left there, there's some rhododendron, which eventually we will be taking out because rhododendron ponticum, in particular, which that is, needs to be taken away. To the left there, you can see a cottage, but also the track, the access track that we get into the forest with our vehicles. And down there also is our access point. And as we pull back, the meadow to the right-hand side, although it doesn't look like a meadow at the moment, is where we find a lot of our heath orchids, and that has been just left undisturbed. Again, a different view of the same sort of area, but as we move forward, you will see in the middle there some more of the bigger exotic firs, but also tracks and how the landscape has was divided up by the trees. We will be replanting native woodland in those areas which have been harvested. So in maybe 15 years time, the type of trees you can see there on the left with the reddish foliage will be all the way across these cleared areas. In the next couple of 3 months, the contractor is going to come back in and they're going to repair a lot of the damage that the heavy machinery has made. And some of these tracks that have been created through passage of these vehicles will become a path network where everyone can walk on the ground, enjoy the woodland, rather like those sheep are doing, and give us an environment which will finally look rather like the woodland to the right there on the screen as we pass over one of the coops that has been completely cleared. It does look stark and very difficult, but this is the first and worst stage of the woodland creation scheme, which we will be planting in autumn and which I will provide a visual update for when and as that happens. Hope you've enjoyed the video. There will be more very shortly.